to determine whether any of the objections to the 4 candidates are sufficient to disqualify them as candidates at the general election. This is an important procedure that helps to reinforce the integrity of our elections to ensure that only eligible candidates are being included on the ballot. Before we begin, I want to emphasize that the burden is on the objector to provide evidence to support their objection and on the candidate to present evidence to the contrary. The panel's role is to make a decision based on the arguments and the evidence as presented to us. Do you have any comments, either of the panel members?
Do you guys want to do the Google one first, so it doesn't have to sit through all
No,
those?
we're not scheduling. So we need to use the mics for the press. Mr. Stewart is listed first on our agenda. The ground for objection to his candidacy for U.S. Representative in District 2 is that the name he listed on his affidavit of candidacy, Rick Stewart, is different from the name he used on his signature petitions, Richard Stewart. If Mr. Hayes or his representative, Mr. Ostergren, want to speak this time, they sustain the objection. Would they like to do that this time?
Good afternoon. Alan Ostergren on behalf of the objector, Mr. Hayes. The basis for the objection is that the nominating papers submitted on behalf of Mr. Stewart say that they nominate a Richard Stewart. The candidate has filed to run as a Rick Stewart. I don't question that he can run as Rick instead of Richard. I don't question that that's what he's known by. However, the nominating petitions do not nominate the person who has sought to be placed in the general election ballot by the name of Rick Stewart. Because those petitions do not read the same as the affidavit of candidacy that was filed, those nominating petitions are not sufficient to place the name Rick Stewart on the general election ballot. That's the basis of the objection. It appears in the face of the documents that have been submitted to the Secretary of State's office.
Any of the panel members have questions? Thank you.
Can we turn the microphones up?
This time we'll move on.
Can we turn the volume of the microphones up and all a little bit, or speak into them more directly? This particularly Mr. Pate?
I have no idea.
I don't want to start turning it up.
Or pull it closer.
Which one are you not hearing?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that's a first. Okay, I'll work a little harder projecting.
Thank you.
All right. Is Mr. Stewart or a representative wish to speak at this time? Okay. Identify yourself, please.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm Stephanie Berlin, the chair of the Libertarian Party of Iowa, here to represent Rick Stewart. There's no dispute that Rick is Richard and that there have been plenty of people who run under names that are shortened versions of themselves. Rob, I'm sure, is not your full name. Zach Nunn, Zach Lane, Chuck Grassley. In fact, in the objection to Marco, the objector himself says that there is no difference between a lengthened name and shortened name. Further, there is precedent for this. If you look at Tom v. Thomas Green, 2016, the objection held that common names are fine on the ballot. The reason why Rick used the name Richard on the nominating form versus the candidate of the affidavit of candidacy is because the only thing it says there is name as you would like it presented on the ballot. So he would like to be his name presented on the ballot as Rick Stewart. The other aspect I do request is that I do not know if the objector has standing. When I reviewed the exhibits presented by the objector, there was no indication that this person actually lives in the same, as an eligible voter in Mr. Stewart's district. So on these grounds, I would like for you to not uphold his objection.
Any questions from the panel? Okay, questions? Thank you. It's very common for candidates to run using shortened versions of their names, and the key test that is typically used in election administration is whether the name that's being used is sufficiently associated with a candidate that a potential voter would not be confused by. So, as you noticed or mentioned, there are several that have that has been done in the past. So I guess I would move that the objection be rejected. And the panel so agrees. Yep. All those in favor of that, say aye. Aye. All right, motion carries. Thank you. So, Mr. Stewart, you're on the ballot.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate all your work.